What a surprise! 2 videos in one day. I have free time, a lot of it. I read a lot of Absolute Batman. I am caught up on it. I read it several times actually, because I do favors with a friend I have, so I have to read it several times. I read Absolute Wonder Woman also, but I have also lost Ultimate Spider-Man. So I was sitting in my room and created Absolute Marvel. It's like if we take Marvel characters and switch them around. So let's get into it. Absolute Spider-Man. Spider-Man always, yeah, almost all art just made from this random guy I found. Uncle Ben and Aunt May are 2 very important people for people. What if we kill Uncle Ben and Aunt May very early, like when he's 10? So that then but he's obviously we kill Uncle Ben, then we kill Aunt May. So it's like a shock for him at 5 and 10. So it's like he still remembers both their death. Then he's alone, but he still would be friends with Harry. So he would probably get adopted by Norman. So then his relationship with Norman, like the entire Green Goblin shit, would just advance a lot quicker. And because normally this is how his suit looks. This is how his suit's gonna look. Because first off, he only goes out at night. He beats his crew like enemies almost to death. He's a lot darker. Like he's like hides in the shadows like Batman. And he says, "Who's gonna get a beating tonight? You all." And then he just jumped on a pa. I think I did it wrong. Like slang. Absolute Captain America. This is often how Captain America looks. You obviously have Captain America, then we have Bucky Barnes, yeah, and we have Peggy Carter. And and Bucky often turns into a soldier. But in this version, Cap is more of a soldier. Look at it. He wears body armor, not his like skills. It's like look body armor. He has a helmet and shit, and like a lot more armor. So he's more like a soldier, but not in the United States. He's more like a freelancing soldier. And Bucky is the Red Skull, and Peggy Carter is the Winter Soldier. I could not make her blonde. I tried so many ways. I'm just not good enough. And they were both created by Arlen Sola, but it's more going to be the main villain than Red Skull. Absolute Iron Man. Often Iron Man has Jarvis, his tech bot, and his that. But in this case, he went adopted for Howard Spark. And also, no, sorry. He has this like more armored, looks like more Mark 1. It's flamethrowers, machine guns. It's like shit. He can't even fly. He literally finds people, finds like a place is taking down, puts on the suit, drives there with his own car, like a van, just beats them up. Yeah. And is it Howard adopting him? Jarvis adopted him. Jarvis in the comics is a real person. Jarvis adopted him. And War Machine is a weapon to take down the wild Iron Man. So he is high tech that was built by Tony's biggest rival. Yeah. In this world is just some random dude. And he also builds Ghost to take him down. Imagine Lex Luthor in the Superman film. Clone and then cool shit. 6 months later, because it was a 6 month gap, there's going to be another one. Absolute 4. Often, Hela and Loki are his siblings and they're villains, and Odin is his father. But I wanted to switch that up. So Hela is a lot more doom. But there's every dynamic. But when Thor misbehaved, and Odin is more like a god, as you look. But when Thor misbehaved as a kid, he wasn't sent to Earth. He was sent to Hell. He was trained by Hela to kill Odin. So if you look, he has like instead of it's red and it's more like green tinted than black. And Loki is not a god. He is a cyborg or like a scientist who has built himself. More like he is like this world's Mysterio. He's very strong. Absolute Hulk. Normally it's Thunderbolt Ross, Bruce Banner, Betty Ross, Hulk, and Red Hulk. Just remember that. And Thunderbolt Ross is Hulk, and Bruce Banner is Red Hulk is Thunderbolt, and Bruce Banner is Hulk. But in this verse, Bruce Banner helped our Thunderbolt Ross build an army of Hulk. Mike took soldiers, created them to Red Hulk. These are not that strong. They look very big, but they're around the strength of maybe John Walker in the MCU. But Betty is created, and she is around the strength of normal She-Hulk. Okay, maybe not normal, but she's pretty strong. She can like keep up with Hulk instead of. And then Bruce creates another beast, Hulk, to take down all these. But he's got his blood. So there are separate beasts, like Hulk and Bruce are separate beings, but they can fuse. And then Hulk becomes grey, and Banner is in the control. You can see because he's a little bit bigger and he's grey if Banner is in control. Absolute Ant-Man. Absolute Ant-Man is used Hank Pym. Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne are sent in on a mission into the quantum realm that another scientist, Yellow Jacket, created. And in this place, there's a core that militarized thing. Ant-Man, or Hank Pym, accidentally touches that shit. He like flies in, touches it to stop Janet from touching it. And then he's permanently, so he has to wear this suit. Janet's also given the ability to shrink, but she can control it. He has to wear that suit. So she suits up in like the Wasp suit. And obviously Yellow Jacket doesn't look like his. He looks very menacing. Because he's been in there for a while. The dude wanna get out and wanna do it quickly. So yeah, 6 months later, absolute Black Panther. He is more in Killmonger's position, where he is like he doesn't have the kingdom, he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the his suit is made of nanobots. Still very impressive because he's still like a scientist, but he's more in Killmonger's position. Absolute testing for. Often it's Reed Richards, The Thing, Sue Storm, okay, Mr. Fantastic, The Things, Invisible Woman, and the Human Torch. Reed Richards, Ben Grayman, Sue Storm, and Johnny Storm. But in this version, instead of there is a team that has completely replaced them. In this version, Spider-Man is asked by I one character I will reveal later to take. Because Spider-Man is smarter than Iron Man, and Reed Richards, but he's a genius. And instead of the Thing, it's Hulk that gets asked. Hulk's and Spider-Man's runs, they keep going, but they wear these suits in this run and not in their own runs. He still wears his suit and he still wears his suit. And Sue Storm is replaced by Wolverine. The specialty with Wolverine here is that he is just a Project X. He is not an X-Men. He's a Project X. And he just wears a blue suit. And he helps them and he doesn't have a mantium bows. He doesn't even have those claws. The thing he got from the Project X was a generation factor. Those are something Peter has built to him. Because he realized that he doesn't want to use a gun. He is pretty good in claws fighting. So Peter gave him these knives. And Johnny Storm, because of what happened was that they fought a nihilist. And he killed all the other ones. But he cursed Johnny, because Johnny was like, please don't hit the face. So he's like, you won't have a face. So now Johnny is just a skeleton, a flaming skeleton. Absolute Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch, she has an implant on her chest. There's like almost like Ant-Man, because both their family were both. She has to keep it away. That her adopted dad Magneto built. She's more like a secret agent, but she uses more like magic like Doctor Strange uses. She's very strong. And Absolute Doctor Strange is just this an older Doctor Strange, maybe in his 60s, and he's just yeah, head of wizarding, the Sorcerer Supreme, and he is just like what Quicksilver is more like a mafia boss in Yugoslavia. It never fell apart in this verse, and he's like there and he controls it, and he's very dangerous. He's called Quicksilver. It's like his gangster name. And yeah, that was everything for this short video. I will be making a video about 5 arcs for each of like these runs.